Welcome to the Biz Builders podcast. This is an audio from the Biz Builders Insiders series where I'm sharing some of the conversations and questions that are coming up in the Biz Builders Mastermind space. As you'll hear, these short audios are from Instagram Live, and my intention for this series is for you to see what questions people are asking, how I think, how my clients think, how we move, and the things that we're doing to grow businesses that support our dream lives. Because I know for me, I never come into someone's space just for the strategy or for them to tell me what to do. I really want to know more about how they're thinking, how they're leading themselves, the things that are important to them, and the things that they're struggling with and doing, and the way they move and lead themselves and their people. This is your chance to see how we move in the Biz Builders Mastermind space, and also to get some great insights, strategy, and free coaching. Enjoy. Welcome to the Biz Builders podcast, where we believe building the business of your dreams can change your life. I'm your host, Sandy Patterson, former teacher turned certified life and business coach. After 14 years of teaching, I took a huge leap, left my job, and built 2 successful businesses with no business or sales background. Now I'm living the life of my dreams, and I'm ready to help you do the same. You're in the right spot here if you're ready to dig into not only the strategy of business building, but also the belief in yourself that building a business is possible. You're made for this, and you've got exactly what it takes to create the financial, time, and location freedom you're craving. Over here, we value progress over perfection. We embrace being uncomfortable, and we believe that anything, literally anything you want, is possible for you with the right strategy, mindset, and support. You'll also hear inspiring stories here, and of course, failures of women who are doing the same thing. The whole idea is, if she can do it, so can I. Thanks for being here. Let's dive in. Hey, you guys, welcome back to Instagram Live here. It's been a hot second. Happy New Year. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe it's already towards the end of January. It's January 20th today, and Happy New Year. I haven't been on Instagram Live in a hot second. I took quite a bit of time these holidays, over the holidays, to really just kind of step back and take a breath. And here I am. I just had the most amazing conversation with one of my Biz Builders Mastermind girls. And I'm like, this is the perfect Instagram Live. This needs to be shared for sure. So I'm bringing back the Biz Builders Insiders series here. And this is just where I'm sharing the conversations we're having, the questions that are being asked, the amazing breakthroughs that the women are having inside of this mastermind space. It is incredible. The mastermind is built for women who are building their businesses, their online businesses, and are ready to go full time in those businesses and are ready to do what it takes until it takes to make it work. And it's all of the strategy plus, more importantly, the mindset stuff. So like I said, I just had this conversation with one of the girls today. She had asked me about how I don't take calls on Fridays. So I call Fridays No Call Friday. And really what that just means is that I don't exactly what it's called. I don't take calls on Friday. So I don't take client calls. I don't do meetings. I don't do connection calls. I don't do any calls on Friday. Now, this doesn't mean that I don't work on Friday. I do work on Friday, but I don't take calls on Friday. And what this does is it creates a shit ton of space for me on Friday to do all of the things to really grow my business. And she was asking me, how did you start out? How do you protect that time, essentially? Because we have this thing in our head where we feel like every open second of every day, we need to be doing something, doing, more. If I have open space in my calendar, then I should be filling it with something, that's making me money, or my money maker activities, or I should be filling it with stuff. And so to answer her question, I was like, well, let me tell you how this started off. The reason that No Call Fridays even came to be was because at the time, the coach that I was working with, she didn't take calls on Friday. And when she told me that, I was like, wait, what? You can do that? Hold on a second. That's allowed. Of course it's allowed. I'm running my own business. I can do what I want. I can create my own schedule. Just didn't put it together that was an option for me too. So right when I heard that, I was like, okay, I want that too. That sounds really, really good. It sounds really, really nice. So I started to put into place this thing in my head, like, okay, on Fridays, I'm not going to take calls. And then, as you know, things happen over the course of the week. You know, people need to reschedule, things happen, people get sick, like, and then people would reach out and be like, okay, hey, Sandy, I can't meet on Wednesday, but could you meet on Friday at whatever time at 8 a.m.? And in my head, I'd be like, okay, yeah, just this one time. No big deal, just this one time. And then I would do it. I would meet with them on No Call Friday. And then I would just be so mad at myself and like kicking myself in the butt because I'm like, dang it, like this is No Call Friday. Like you shouldn't have done this. Now you're having to put makeup on. Now you're having to make sure your hair is done. Now you're having to get on Zoom and make sure you have like real clothes on. So it was like lots and lots of those that eventually I was like, okay, no more. And I gave her this example too. I was like, you have to anchor into, like, if you really want to protect your time, whether it's Friday or Monday or whatever day of the week it is, if you want to protect your time, you have to anchor in to knowing that that is what's best for you. And that is exactly how you're going to be able to grow your business. Because think about this. If you were to call the dentist, so let's say it's like Wednesday and you're supposed to go in on Thursday, and you call the dentist and you say, hey, dentist, like I can't make it in on Thursday, something came up, can I come in on Friday? The dentist says, no, we don't have any availability. Like, you're not going to be like mad and be like, oh my gosh, like that's so rude of them. How could they do this? Like, no, not at all. It's like, okay, perfect. Then we just push it to next week. So you essentially have to, when you're learning how to protect your time, you have to anchor into knowing that this is like very much protected time. And the person on the other end doesn't know like what you're doing. Like, and they don't need to know that. Like, if you're like, nope, I'm not available on this day, we'll have to push it to this next available time that I have, then that's just how it has to be. Like, that's just how it is. It's the internal part that makes this like spiral and be like, oh my God, they're going to be so mad at me, or oh my gosh, I'm going to lose this client, or oh my gosh, like all those things. And that's not the case. That is never the case. I've been doing this No Call Friday for at least a year now, and I've never had any issues of somebody like getting upset or mad or leaving or any of that. Like, that's not my clients anyways, but I've never had any situation where like it's been an issue. And the thing with this too, like this thing with protecting time, right? Like going back to this idea that we feel like we need to like fill every single moment of every single day, doing, more, like filling that time up. It's really in that space where like we unplug, we close the computer, we walk away from our phone, and we just kind of be. That's where all of those creative ideas come in. That's where the growth in your actual business comes in, because you have time to reflect and like have a little conversation with yourself. Like, how are things going? What are you doing right now that you really enjoy? What is happening right now that doesn't feel so good? How can we begin to tweak those things? When you're constantly on this like wheel, this like running wheel, like go, you never have enough time to like breathe and be like, oh. And it's in these moments too, when like we were talking about her clients and how one of her clients, she's currently not working with this client anymore, and she was really upset about it at first, but then in hindsight, it's like, okay, maybe this client wasn't the best fit for me, not because of who she was or anything like that, but just these other little parts of like who I don't want to work with, who I do want to work with. Those revelations and that clarity comes from that time that is protected, and where you are not necessarily required to be quote unquote on, as if you were like on a call or something. It's time for you to reflect. It's time for you to journal. And so this is where, again, like this growth comes. And so she now realizes like, okay, my dream client is not somebody who has these characteristics. It's somebody that is here in her business, and this is how I want to support her. This wasn't necessarily this other person, but that's okay. I still love this person. It's all good. But now I know this. When we're in this wheel of like running, doing, and never slowing down, we get into this, and I see this all the time. We get into this, like this thing of like, okay, I'll just take on anybody to just like make more money, and I'll just take on any client to just take them on, and I'll work with them, whatever. It's just more, like just keep going. But really, again, like it's so important to find a way to protect that time, to slow down, and to create space and time in your business to really truly understand who it is you want to work with, to come up with new creative ideas, to come up with new offers, to just reflect on how things are going, and to give yourself that space for it to be okay for you to not be moving, going in that wheel, to like stop and be like, okay. And so when we talk about protecting time and like, no call Fridays, I think like that, I work on Fridays, but it's very much a time for me to create content, to meet with my own mentor, to tap into my spaces, to just take a breath and like reflect on the week, reflect on how things are going. And that wouldn't be possible if I was in this mindset of like, fill it, more is better, go. And I know that sometimes it's hard. I was telling her, I'm like, okay, when I first started doing No Call Friday, I was like kind of on edge, like thinking like, oh my gosh, like I'm gonna watch and I'm gonna wait for that income dip to happen, right? For that drop to happen, because it's sure to happen. If I'm not taking calls on Friday, then it's surely going to have this like drop. It never did, you guys. Like, it never did. If anything, it increased because I created more space and more time to really tap into those reflection questions and to think about what it is that I could do to actually grow the business itself, to impact more people. And that came with, again, meeting with my mentor, meeting with my mastermind groups. That comes with creating content, refining my messaging, learning how to sell through content, creating like amazing content to share here on Instagram. Like, otherwise I wouldn't have that time and space. And I know that we all think that we're like superwoman and we're like, oh no, I'll just fit it in. Like, oh, I can take on one more thing and I'll just fit it in. I'll fit it in somewhere. That's not how business works. And that's not how your business growing is going to work. So being okay with taking time, again, whether it's Friday or Monday or Tuesday afternoon or whatever that looks like for you and your schedule and your lifestyle, but making sure that you are absolutely protecting and creating space for you to grow the business itself, and not just serve and fulfill, but actually growing, reaching out to new people, creating new collaborative opportunities, following up with potential clients. Like, all of those things are so important and they should be part of your business. And if you don't have dedicated time and space to do that, that is a problem. And that is where we begin to see that plateau. It's where we begin to see it's where we begin to see the burnout, right? Because you're just spinning with no time to like take a breath. And in the mastermind, you guys, we are all about sustainability. Like, is this how we want to be doing things a year down the line, 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line? I know we get into this like headspace of like, well, I'm just going to do it right now, but it won't be like this forever. Girl, like, you're creating these habits now. And so this conversation was just so powerful. And I'm so proud of her, and I'm proud of all my clients, of course, but it was just something that I felt like needed to be shared. It needed to be said out into the world, needed a spot here on Instagram for you guys to come back to and listen to. And we'll also put this on the podcast as well. So thinking about protecting your time, creating space. And again, I know that it's not always easy to create, like, you're like, well, there's only so many hours in the day. Like, how can I create more space? But there are definitely ways. There are definitely ways to pull back what you're doing, looking at what you're doing, what you're saying yes to. It's looking at what is essential. It's looking at how half of the battle is like in your mind. Like, you think, oh my gosh, people are going to be so upset with me if I don't take calls on Friday. Like, no, they're not. They're not, I promise. They will conform and they will work and they will be flexible to work with you if they're the right person. And that's just, it's like, again, going to the dentist, like I'm just going to move it to the next week, and we keep moving right along. So hopefully this was helpful to you. Again, a little inside peek into the Biz Builders Mastermind space. It is the most incredible space, making big moves. I swear, we started January 1st. Like, we didn't start January 1st, but we hit the ground running on January 1st. Like, let's freaking go. And just the supportive, like, let's make big moves. Let's set intentions, and then let's do the things that we need to do to go out to get them. So if that's something that you are looking for, if you are a new coach or an online business business owner who is looking to grow your business and create more space to do exactly that, grow your business, the Biz Builders Mastermind space could be the perfect spot for you. Please feel free. Always, my DMs are always open. Message me. We can talk about if it's a good fit. And the other part of this too is if we're talking about creating more space, right? And you're on the one-to-one like hamster wheel, constantly, having to see one-to-one clients. Another offer that I'm so stoked about and I'm so thrilled. We're starting this in February. It's a mini group program. It's called Sold Out Signature Offer, where I am literally going to walk you through how to create your very first or second or third signature offer in a way that feels so good to you and that you are able to give multiple clients, so one-to-many offer, multiple clients, like freaking amazing results. So you're not having to sacrifice your time and you can get off of that hamster wheel again to create more space in your business to actually grow your business, which I know is what you want. So if that's something that sounds good to you, that is starting on February 3rd. It is a live group calls that are going to be amazing. We're going to walk through the differences between mastermind, group program, fulfilling, the mindset behind it all, your signature framework, all of these good things that I'm so stoked about. So if that's something that you're interested to, just message me, Sold Out. We can have a conversation. My DMs are always open. I love you guys so much. Happy Monday. Happy start of the week. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day and that this week is just full of abundance and joy and just all of the things that make you happy and that grow your business. Okay? Love you guys. I'll see you back here very, very soon. Okay, bye. Hey, you guys, thanks for listening to the Biz Builders Insider clips. I hope you are loving them as much as I am loving creating them. And if you're a coach who's ready to take your online coaching business full-time with foundational strategic pieces, plus the mindset and confidence needed to sustain that business of your dreams, and you're ready to show up and be the go-to coach and own your niche and why you're so damn good at what you do, and if you want to, without question, know what to do every day to sell your offer, get clients, fill your calendar, and focus on your moneymaker activities, the Biz Builders Mastermind family is the perfect home for you. You can find the link to apply in the show notes here, or you can shoot me a message on Instagram with the letters BBMM and we can chat.